Hi guys, my name is Akko and this time I want to talk about troubleshooting with the Elvie. Also, before I get to that, please subscribe and click on the bell so that you can get notified of any other future videos because I am planning to do a Willow 3.0 versus Elvie in the near future. So let's get started. So first of all, to increase output, you want to make sure that all parts are dry. And what I mean by all parts dry is literally all parts dry. You really want to focus on the green seal and the breast shield. These parts really need to be completely dry amongst all other parts, but this is something that you should probably focus on as far as the suction. And you also want to make sure that this seal is latched on correctly. Sometimes it could be warped up and that it's kind of curved, and that could affect your suction. So you want to make sure that it's completely flat. You can press down if you'd like, and you want to make sure that these latches are appropriately latched on, like so. So you just want to make sure it's flat and it's not like this, to be very exaggerated. And one way you can find out whether you have good suction is by, let me just show you. You can first of all get the machine first, place the green seal inside, like so, turn on your Elvie, and then see if it's a mechanical hub problem or if it's a setup problem. So as you can see, it's pumping pretty well and suctioning pretty well. So I'm gonna stop this, and really where the suction holes are up right here, these two black holes over here is where the suction is coming from. So let's say that's good. You cleared one level. You wanna go ahead and assemble. Make sure again, everything's flat. The latches are correctly latched on. And so you're gonna assemble everything, and then now you're gonna take your extra green seal and you're gonna place it against where your breasts would be, and then start it back up again. And this is another way to see if the setup of the Elvie is wrong. But as you can tell, it's suctioning pretty well. So as soon as you do that and it's still giving you bad suction, maybe it's an alignment problem as far as your nipples. So Elvie gives you some guide where you take the breast shield only, place it against your nipples, and then make sure that the black lines are all aligned correctly. And then first you can use a mirror and place it against your breasts. And once everything is aligned, you can go ahead and connect the hub. And you can do that a few times until you get used to it. And then once you get used to it, you can just assemble everything and then place it on. And hopefully you can kind of get kinesthetically, you would know where the hub will lie. And also, you want to make sure that you have the right breast shield size. So Elvie has a guideline where you measure your current nipple and it'll let you know that within a certain amount of millimeters, you go with a 21. If you're another certain range, then you go with the 24. So I myself kind of land in between a 21 and a 24. So I had to use both to see which one gave me better output. And if one was better than the other, I also used the Fusion cushion with the 24 to see if that gave me better output. But in the end, the 24 helped with my output more than the 21. So that's something to just play around with. And it's one of those trial and errors. If you're in between, you just have to use both breast shields and see which one works better for you. So let's move on to valve. So another issue people may be having with output is due to the valve. And what the valve is, this green spout here, this is a valve. So when you assemble it, this is actually very important. I had this problem initially, and once I figured out what the problem was, it really saved me a lot of time and headaches. So when you assemble this Elvie, you want to make sure that the top part of the valve is completely showing. What I mean by that is you don't want to have it pinched within the hub like so, and you want to make sure it's completely showing. One way to do this is maybe wiggle it back and forth, or just press tightly to make sure that the entire valve, the top of the valve is showing, because that will affect your output because of the suction. And another thing is you want to make sure that your valve is not worn out. So a lot of times if you've been pumping too much, your valve tends to just kind of open up a little bit, and that will also affect your output and your suction level because the closed system is faulty because there's a little bit of air coming through. So that's something that you have to consider. And another thing is you have to make sure that it's actually not sealed shut. Sometimes when you're washing the Elvie and you're wiping it, the valve tends to be completely shut and there's a backflow because it's not being able to go down. So what it does is it'll backflow up these holes, these plastic hole right here, and then it will soak up the ring and the seal, which is supposed to be completely dry to have adequate suction and adequate output. So that's something to consider. So you want to make sure that everything is up to par. So before you even assemble it, just kind of give it a little squeeze just to make sure it's open. Assemble it and make sure, once again, that the entire top of the valve is showing. And then, again, the seal. And then you assemble it. And one other thing I wanted to say is if your valve is torn or warped in any way, you can contact Elvie customer service. And this is something that I have read. You can contact Elvie customer service and they will replace it for you. So that's something to keep in mind if you have those type of faulty valves. Okay, so let's move on to bras. So interestingly enough, in the beginning, I thought having a super tight fit with your bra, with the Elvie, was better. But it turns out that you just have to make sure that the Elvie is just gently sitting on your breast to have adequate output. If it's too compressed, you're actually compressing the milk ducts, and so you're preventing the milk from coming through the ducts, if that makes any sense. So you want to make sure you have the right bra. If the bra is too tight, Elvie provides a bra clip that you can use to extend. So, utilize everything that Elvie has provided for you so that you can have that perfect output for your child. So again, you just want to make sure that it's just gently pressing against your breast and then put the bra over and just make sure it's just sitting comfortably and not too tight that it is compressing your milk ducts. All right. So let's now move on to warping issues with your breast shield. I actually had a problem where there was a clicking sound, and obviously you don't want a clicking sound when you're using the Elvie because you want it to be really discreet. You don't want people to know that you're pumping. That's kind of the perks of having an Elvie. And so with me, I had an issue with the creaking sound, and when I contacted Elvie customer service, they had mentioned that my breast shield was warped. So what I mean by breast shield is this plastic portion was warped. And so it was warped because of the way I was sterilizing it. I was sterilizing it for 5 minutes, but what Elvie had recommended is to use cold water tablets to sterilize, or sterilize it for 3 minutes max in boiling water and then take it out. So I know they said 5 minutes, but this is what they had advised as far as warping issues. So I am gonna pass it on to you guys so that you don't have this problem. Okay, so moving on to battery. So I have read reviews and watched reviews where your battery life actually can affect your suction level and your suction power, therefore your output. And so I've read reviews where 20% of battery had affected their output, or 30% that affected the suction level, therefore the output. So please be mindful of that, and you can go ahead and just charge your Elvie whenever you can so that you don't have that issue. I personally didn't have that issue, but there are people that are having this issue, so I just thought I'd relay that to you guys. And also, if you leave your Elvie unattended, unoperated for a very long time, the battery can get discharged and it won't be able to be recharged. What I mean by that is you cannot turn it on anymore. So Elvie has a software fix for that. So be sure to go on the application to check to see if your pump needs to be updated. So go to the Elvie app, hit the account section, then go to My Pumps, and it'll give you options of pump info, personalized, and then it'll let you know to update or not. If you've already updated your Elvie, great. You won't have this problem. But if you have not, you are in risk of your Elvie completely dying if you have not used it in a very long time. And let's say you do have issues where you can't turn it on again, or if you can't turn on the Elvie, or you're not able to charge it, please feel free to contact Elvie customer service so that they can help you further. And so moving on to warranty. So Elvie has a 2-year warranty on the hubs. So any issues that you're having, let's say you went through all the troubleshooting that I had mentioned in this video and nothing is working, go ahead and contact Elvie customer service so that they can help you further. And also for all other parts, the same goes for all other parts. They have a 90-day warranty. So if you have any issues, again, feel free to contact them so that hopefully they can help you in the best way possible. All right. So that pretty much sums it up for my troubleshooting. I hope this helped you. I hope this will increase your output and save you a lot of headaches. So once again, please subscribe. And before I say bye to you guys, I want to let you guys know that my husband and I started a podcast and we talk about relationships, motherhood, and just kind of everything that is important to parenting and relationships. So if you guys are interested, please come on over to our website, Akko and Tamo. That's AKKO, and so you spell that out, A-N-D, Tamo, T as in Tom, AMO.com. Come say hi to us and leave a comment and listen to our podcast. It's available on the website and Apple and Spotify as well. All right. Thank you. Bye.